So I'm in Ezekiel 44 today, and something that is sticking out to me that is interesting is talking about the priests, and God goes through and talks about the Levites who were not faithful to him and who aided the Israelites in stumbling, and basically says that even the Levites who were unfaithful will still serve in his sanctuary. This is in verse 9. But the verse 10. Ezekiel 44:10. But the Levites who went far from me when Israel went astray, who went astray from me after their idols, shall bear the punishment for their iniquity. Yet they shall be ministers in my sanctuary, having oversight at the gates. And then it goes through the different things that the unfaithful Levites will be in charge of, and how they'll minister to him. And I find it fascinating that then he goes on, and in verse 15 it talks about the Levites who were faithful even when Israel was going astray. And those Levites, the faithful Levites, are the ones who will get the work that is close to him. So the unfaithful Levites are still ministering to him, but from afar, like they're in charge of the gates and the sanctuary and things like that. And the faithful Levites, so verse 15, but the Levitical priests, the sons of Zadok, who kept charge of my sanctuary when the sons of Israel went astray from me, shall come near to me to minister to me, and they shall stand before me to offer me the fat and the blood, declares the Lord. They shall enter my sanctuary, they shall come near to my table to minister to me and keep my charge. And then it goes on to tell like specific things about the faithful Levites, including in chapter 45, it talks about the land that is going to be the Lord's portion, and God tells them to put aside this land that's, I calculated, is about 26,000 acres, and that is the space for God's sanctuary and also for the faithful Levites and their families to live. And so it's interesting to me how God rewards faithfulness. And I mean, it's not that surprising, but how even with the unfaithful, he still welcomes them back and allows them to serve, but keeps them at a distance, essentially. And it's kind of similar with us. Like when we have friends that have been unfaithful, for example, still like forgiving them, welcoming them back, but keeping them at a distance and allowing them to rebuild trust. And so it's just interesting how that's part of who God is, where he describes that with the Levites. And for those who were faithful, he brings them into his inner, very inner circle. He wants to be with them and be close to them, and has extra blessings for them. So just thought that was an interesting thing that, God kind of tells us who he is and what he does in that way with the Levites as being used as an example.